Truly, we are living in unprecedented times. League starter season is unpredictable once more. Talkative Exiles, welcome to another Path of Exile 1 video. Today, I'd like to talk about League starter creation, because I don't know about you, but my feed is already flooded with League starter builds, lists, and the like. Some are good, some are great, some are bad, some are ugly, some we have no idea how they'll perform. They might be absolutely insane, they might be utter trash. There are so many changes that have been pushed into Path of Exile that have not been tested. We really don't know how anything is actually going to perform. And we don't know how tough this content is going to be, right? We do know some things will probably be very, very broken and busted, but we don't know how exact starters are going to match up against each other until we actually get into the game itself. So that's why today I'd like to talk about what I started doing and having a lot of fun after Lake of Kalandra League doing, okay? Because that was the last time I was baited into playing a bad build. It was Blazing Salvo Inquisitor. Oh, it was horrendous. Never again. Ever since Lake of Kalandra, I have had wonderful builds, okay? I've had a great time playing them, and that's because I follow this simple 3-step process. And I have talked about this on the channel before, but not at this great length and not laid out this cleanly in a video. It might have just been in a Twitch VOD, actually. So in this video, we are going to outline those 3 steps, what you need to do to have a successful league start and pick or craft the best league starter for you. Let me repeat, there are no league starters in this video. I am just talking to you about how you will have the best time possible on the launch of Settlers of Kalguur. Step number 1, super simple. You need to set a goal for yourself. Yes, I know this is a video game. Fun is paramount, right? Well, if you set a goal for yourself in a video game, I'm telling you, it's good. It feels good when you achieve said goal. Now, it doesn't have to be, work related or anything like that. I'm talking about something as simple as I would like to get a Mage Blood this league. I would like to get 40 out of 40 challenges. I want to hit 12 out of 40. I want to get to Delve Depth 5,000. I want to be able to clear all the Uber bosses. Maybe you just want to kill Shaper. Maybe you just want to get through the campaign. Maybe you want to play all league long. All of those are viable goals. But before you actually pick out your league starter and start thinking about what you'd like to play in the league, write down a goal. It'll be good. Trust me. It'll be good for this next step here, okay? Step 1 was as simple as that. Just craft a few goals for yourself before you start picking out your league starter. Step number 2, conduct research. This is probably the most important step, okay? In Path of Exile, there is a ton of content available online across myriad websites, whether it's YouTube, whether it's websites that host Path of Exile specific builds, well-known websites like Maxroll, less well-known websites, right? There's a lot of stuff out there. You want to research and make sure that the build that you're picking or the build that you're making is actually viable and able to accomplish the goals that you've set out for yourself. If you want to push to level 100 in the first 2 days of the league, you don't want to pick something like Cleave of Rage Berserker and then find out, oh my gosh, this is very hard to push very quickly with the gear that I can get in the first 2 days of the league. Also, it's quite squishy because it's a Berserker, right? You want to make sure after you set expectations for yourself that the build that you choose or the build that you craft can fulfill those expectations. Now, there's 2 approaches you can take here, right? You can either pick a build, and there's plenty of builds to pick from. There's excellent creators out there. Many of them are phenomenal. They have respectable records, right? And then you can take the option that I take. And I am a terrible build creator. I'm not like the people I put in the thumbnail. I'm not like Ghazi, the minion master. I'm not like Subtractum, who has put out some freaking amazing builds that he has built a huge YouTube channel atop of. I'm not like Captain Lance either, who can push out build after build after build that seems super strong for very little investment, or in many cases, very high investment. No, I instead do lots of research, and I cobble things together, okay? And it has worked for me thus far. Well, ever since Lake of Kalandra. I haven't really followed a true build guide since then. Instead, I've done research on websites like PoE Ninja, I've used the wiki, I've looked at the Path of Exile build subreddit, yes, I've looked at the regular PoE subreddit, the Path of Exile forums, that's also an excellent research. There's also a repository of builds that has been created by Sir Mustache the Glorious, the PoE Vault. There are a lot of stuff out there that you can look at to then curate your perfect build. And truly, for most of us Path of Exile players, I think that's what we do. I don't think we blindly follow builds that are made by our creators, and if we do, you know, sometimes we can be led astray, and that can lead to bad scenarios, right? So I'd advise you, instead of doing that, instead of just saying, I'm just going to follow this PoB from level 1 to level 100, I'm going to get these exact items that the creator lines out, you do some research, and you determine what build is necessary, what items you want to get, what skills you want to level up, what path you want to take to achieve your own goals. I know it is some more time in, right? It's obviously an investment. If you don't have the time, then don't do it. But oh my goodness, it is so much more fulfilling when you're able to craft a build on your own, okay? It doesn't matter if you're using someone else as a foundation for said build. When you achieve your goals with something that you've designed, oh, it just feels so much better. And I've had so much more fun since Lake of Kalandra, since making my own builds. And I'm not going to stop it anytime soon, and that's also one of the reasons I'm really looking forward to Path of Exile 2, because that game will be so unsolved when it initially comes out. Everybody will be blind. And that's also why I'm super excited for 3.25. Settlers of Kalguur is the biggest balance update of the 3.0 era. I don't think there's been a larger shakeup since Path of Exile probably changed versions from 2.0 to 3.0, right? This is absolutely crazy. I cannot wait to see everything that unfolds here. So really, in this time wherein the best build creators among us don't know what's best, they don't know what's viable, they might be confused and confuddled, take it upon yourself to try to learn. Do your own research, craft your own build, have fun, set those goals, and reap the rewards because they're great. And after you've done all that, the third step is extremely simple. You've set your goals, you've researched everything. The final step is simply curating the information, putting it into a build. Now you can use Path of Building, you can use PoE Planner, you can do what I do sometimes and just use a spreadsheet or a Google Doc or that journal over there that's sitting on my desk. Whatever you do, make sure that it's in your own words so that you can understand it. On League launch, the best person to educate yourself is actually you. That's why I always write all my own notes. I take screenshots and annotate them and all that. And my League launches, ever since I started doing that, you guys, they've been far better. So really, I've found that if you are creating your League starter, you will have a much better experience. You set the goal, you do the research, you curate the information, and you blast off on launch day. Truly, it's an amazing experience. For those of you who might be new to Path of Exile, I have dropped all of my links to the resources that I use in the description below, as well as a few links to some respected creators and sites that I do trust. So I will be putting out probably a build guide or two, but like I said, I am not a veteran. I'm only doing it because it's the PoE creator thing to do, and it of course is going to be in my own unique style. So be prepared for that. If you have any build related questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below. Or if you'd like some awesome help from our community members, join our Discord server, which is bustling really at all times, but especially during League launch season. All right, that's it. Like the video if you liked it, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much for watching. Talkative, Exiles. Have a wonderful evening.